Well, ladies and gents, very exciting day ahead of us. Right now it is 11:39 at night. I'm about to drive down to Cam's house, and we're both about to head down to Maryland to do some SIKA deer hunting. It is Monday the 13th. Hopefully we're gonna get down there tomorrow around 9 o'clock, 10ish, do a little scouting, check into our hotel, maybe take a nap, and then hunt the evening. We're planning on hopefully staying at least until Wednesday evening. We might stay for muzzleloader on Thursday morning, but from what we've heard, it kind of turns into a war zone down there, so we're not too sure yet. But if it looks very good and we're very confident and we haven't got one yet, then maybe we will stay, but we're gonna have to wait and see. However, I'm going down to Cam's house, which is an hour, and then I'm taking the first half of the drive to Maryland, which is another 7 to 8 hours. So got a long drive ahead of us, gonna be driving all through the night. When the sun rises, we will be in SIKA deer territory. So very excited for tomorrow. Well, Cam and I have made it to our hotel. Either gonna be staying here 1 or 2 nights. Not exactly living in luxury, but it will do for our uses. We're probably gonna take a quick power nap and then head out to the marsh in about 2 hours. We have a couple spots picked out, but we're gonna be taking the boat out. He's gonna drop me off and then go to his spot, and then after we're done hunting, he'll come pick me up and we will head back. But hopefully someone will be able to see or shoot something. Are you ready to murder one?
Oh yeah.
This guy's locked and loaded. Well, we made it to this boat launch. Pretty windy out here, pretty cold as well, at least for this area. So hopefully we're gonna get out there, and since it's cool in the rut, they're gonna be moving around a bit more. That's all we can hope for though. But when I get this boat off the back, got everything loaded in there, gotta take everything out, gear up, and then we're gonna start zipping out to where we wanna hunt. Well, Cam just dropped me off. I am walking to my spot. I got a bit of a walk ahead of me, but we saw some pretty good sign coming in here, and I'm seeing a lot of trails walking in, so I'm hoping this evening is gonna be pretty good for us. Well, we have made it into our tree for the evening. That first spot I walked through, the first timber island, had a bunch of wallows, had some good runs, some good rubs, but the wind sitting over there would not have been good at all. So I decided to keep walking to another chunk of timber, and this one doesn't look as good. There's still some decent sign, but nothing crazy. From what I hear, these things are like more so nocturnal than whitetail, so I'm expecting to not really see anything until like an hour before sunset or so, but you don't really know. Right now they're rutting. They should be like bugling and whatnot, which would be really sick to hear. Really hope I get to hear one today, but I'm gonna hold tight here. Still another like 3 or so hours until the sun sets, so got a bit of time, but hopefully at the very least I get to see one today. I just had a little SIKA fawn freaking run up behind me. I don't know why it was booking it, but I flung a shot at it. This camera was like malfunctioning. I don't even know what happened to it, but I'm almost certain it completely ducked my arrow. The thing was like tiny, like absolutely like puppy dog size. So pretty hard target to hit. I was pretty confident at 10 yards, but even then, I guess they're still pretty dang fast. But it's 4:20 right now. Honestly, I'm already very happy just to have seen a deer, but I would be very happy if some more of them came on through. I really want to hear one bugle. I think there's a pretty decent chance I get a stag that's pushing deer around. Have a bunch of deer come through my timber island. That would be ideal. But as always with hunting, it is a waiting game. Well, that was absolutely insane. I don't know if anything was recording, but I just had a little spike stag absolutely chasing down a hind, like right under me. That was absolutely nuts. I didn't have any time to get anything set up or like try and get a shot. I just looked behind me, I saw a stag running in, and all of a sudden there was just this hind over to my left. That was absolutely insane. For some reason, this main camera is giving me a hard time, but I'm pretty sure I nailed that stag pretty good. I watched him run out into the swamp, and I kind of lost track of him, and I didn't see him pop back out anywhere, so I'm really hoping he's dead back there. I need to go give everything a closer look, though, look at the blood trail and everything. What a freaking sit. My camera gear has been giving me so much trouble. It's so annoying. This lens does not want to attach properly to my camera. My microphones don't want to turn on, so I think I'm going to get a bunch of new stuff. But if I can find the stag and it's dead, I'm going to have Cam sit right where I am tomorrow morning, and I'm going to film his hunt. But I'm going to climb down right now and look while I still have a little bit of light. Well, it is the following day. I made it back up into my tree. I tried to track that stag for a good 4 hours. I stayed pretty late last night looking for him, and I came in like 12 this morning, looked around for him. The blood trail just completely stops, and I can't find anything. I did grid searching. I tried everything. Could not find it. I don't know. I think I hit him pretty good. I would assume he's dead, but it's just so hard to find him in here if you don't have a good blood trail. And thing about these deer is they do not bleed a ton sometimes, so it can make for a pretty difficult tracking job. But I'm back in my same tree. I left all my stuff here last night, so I just climbed right up. I don't know if I pressured them too much. I mean, I shot it too, and I saw, I think, 4 other ones. The other ones I saw didn't really know I was here. They just kind of were moseying around. So I'm hoping some more come in tonight. I accessed this place from a different part, so I left a lot more of this timber island untouched, which I'm hoping is going to help me out, but I'm going to have to wait and see. Yesterday, I saw one at 4 o'clock, which is pretty early, but I'm going to hope the same thing happens tonight.
Alright guys, it's Captain Cam here. We're out here day 2 of our Maryland SIKA hunt. Today I was very fortunate. I was able to get a buddy of mine to call in a favor and got me on a beautiful piece of private land. We're sitting here in a pre-built blind. We've got some nice tall frag around us. There's a feeder right there. And I was told they should be coming out right in there. Or told they would come out somewhere here for us. So we're gonna give it hell. We're gonna sit here. We were very lucky yesterday. We were able to bag some nice ones yesterday. Zach shot one, but unfortunately we couldn't find it. And I was lucky enough to get a nice small hind to come into range and put her down. So we've already got one in the box, successful trip already, but we're trying to polish it off here and see if we can bring home a nice stag or possibly just another hind to fill the freezer. Here, there's some of the best eating around. So I'm gonna sit up here, give it time. It's let's see, 2 o'clock right now, so we're gonna give it some time and hopefully a nice stag comes out and we bag one. If not, we'll be taking home a hind hopefully. So, well, good luck. Hopefully Zach comes back to you guys with a nice stag on the ground.
You mother... Well, I didn't do much more recording after that fantastic shot at the end there. I've had about a week or so, maybe a couple days to look back on that trip. And even when we were leaving the day after, I was still pretty happy with how it turned out. A lot of people say that's one of the hardest hunts on the East Coast. And Cam and I, between the both of us, in 2 sits, we saw about 12 or so deer, and I got into some pretty cool rut action. Heard a bunch of bugles after the sunset and when we were walking out too, so super cool. But we might be going back there for rifle season, which is the end of November, which would be pretty cool. If I had a rifle in those scenarios, I'd like to think I would have had my limit of a stag and 2 hinds pretty quickly. But other than that, I think I'm going to be sticking with this camera lens instead of the other one. You could see that thing was giving me some trouble that whole time. And my microphone and whatnot were also not playing along. So maybe at some point in the future, I'm going to invest in a higher zoom lens. But for right now, this one does the job that I need it to do. So Cam, around the same time that I saw that little stag pop out, he had a small 6-pointer, which isn't really a small deer for a SIKA deer, but he had one pop out in his little field and walk away It was at like 20 yards, but Cam didn't know if he should shoot it or not. He was waiting for the property owner to get back to him, and by that time, that thing was gone. But he came out of there with one very small hind. I think it was a yearling. It was very small. You guys saw it, but I'd say it was a pretty successful trip. Something we might be going back to. But anyways, if you like today's video, make sure to leave me a like. It's going to be a lot more hunting content coming up this fall. So make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Keep up with that stuff. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.